My vengeance ends now.
Hey guys, it's Danish, and I'm quite excited because a new mob of the new map pack has been announced for Black Ops 2. More importantly, the new zombie map. There's been a full gameplay trailer, Mob of the Dead. Now we've got a lot to work from here. There's a lot of speculation going on, so I'm just gonna share with you my perspective, my personal ideas of what could be happening. For one thing, that kind of personally, I think in one way it kind of disproved one of my theories, but I'll show you anyway. For one thing, it's set in 1920s and 1930s, something like that, which is kind of odd because the zombies didn't show up until halfway through World War II, which I'm assuming it was the time travel. But I'm sure the story will explain it. But we'll see. But yeah, I'm quite excited. A lot has been revealed. There's new weapons, new characters, which I'm a little bit iffy about. Because, I mean, I was pissed off enough when Dempsey and all that didn't make a return. And it wasn't explained why. It wasn't explained what happened to them on Moon. It wasn't explained why they never showed up. Hell, Richtofen mentioned them, just saying that he missed them and that he enjoyed messing with Samantha. But yeah, now we have a couple of other characters showing up. And in Die Rise, just starting to get an origin story for Samuel. And then suddenly new characters show up about 100 years beforehand. I personally think that's a bit... I personally don't like that. But I'm going to go ahead and assume that there's going to be a reason behind it. Because, I mean, in Call of the Dead, it was explained why they were new characters. They were the others were trapped in a room and you had to help them out. And then they got to Shangri-La. So that was explained. I'm hoping it's going to be explained this time in the next big Easter egg. A few things to discuss. First of all, new weapons. Now, I will pop up kind of screenshots as this video goes on. So new weapons. Now, one thing that we did see mainly was the Tommy gun with a drum mag, and it's literally shown on the interface. A new interface, by the way, as the Tommy gun, not Thompson this time. So I'm assuming it's like the older version, because I have noticed the 1920s and 1940s had a different type of Tommy, which is quite interesting. But it noticeably had a drum mag this time. And another thing to notice, looked like a mini Uzi or something like that. I'm not entirely sure what it is. It looked something like an Uzi. But it's only shown for about 2 seconds. Should be a snapshot around about here. The AK-47 looks like an AK. Yeah, I think it is an AK. It doesn't really look like an AN. So yeah, I'm not good with the guns. I personally it looks like an AK. A lot of people are agreeing that it's an AK. So that's making an appearance for once. Also, there's a new weapon. I forget what it's called. It's a blundergast or something. Well, a blundergat, something like that. It's basically a blunderbuster, whatever it was called, which is kind of like an old Wild West gun, which you did see in Red Dead Redemption, and that mixed with a Gatling gun. It looks like it's only got 1 shot per mag, even though you load 4 bullets. So I'm assuming it shoots them all at the same time, like a shotgun, but looks far more deadly, which I'm looking forward to. And the upgraded version seems to be a new type of monkey bomb. Shoots something, the zombies seem to go for it, and it kind of explodes in what looks like a radioactive explosion. Kind of looks acidy or poisonous. I like the look of it. I can't wait. Apparently, it's one of the new weapons. There may be others. We don't know. We'll wait and see. Also, what looks like there's a new secondary grenade. There's parts of it you see in the interface. There's the grenades, and then to the left, what looks like a fireball. So that looks like the new grenade, which is shown later, or before, I forget which. Shown another point in the trailer, throwing the grenade, it sticks onto a drop, at this point being a nuke, dragging it towards us. So this, I reckon, it's used to grab power-ups you don't think you can get to, which is quite decent. I haven't had anything like that before, and that's actually quite a good idea. There's a max ammo in a distance, you don't think you can get it, you really need it, chuck the grenade. Obviously it doesn't help when you're out of the grenade. So, sorry, I feel like I'm going to sneeze in a sec. Excuse me. That's the secondary grenade. So I got a feeling because of this new upgraded Blundergat, it looks like there will not be a monkey bomb, which, with the effect of this new weapon, doesn't look like there needs to be. Also, another big thing, the Afterlife mode. Now, saw a bit of first-person footage with this. In the Afterlife mode, you kind of run around. The zombies don't really go for you because you're kind of dead, in a way. Afterlife meaning your life after death. Kind of astral. And it looks like in the Afterlife you can go through some kind of portal, which means you can access areas you can't access normally. Since you can zap zombies as well, you can use electricity. So I guess that means that so you're using electricity and power up certain things. This may be a new way to turn the power on, which is interesting. And also, by the looks of it, there's kind of what looks like a power-up station for each perk machine. So maybe you need to be in astral, like this Afterlife mode, to turn the perks on. I quite like the look of that. It's something new. I like it when it's something new like that. Sometimes it takes it too far, like the Transit. That didn't get a good reception, and that was a good reason why. I didn't like Transit. I really didn't. What else have we got? Also, I noticed a lot of people, I think people haven't really touched on, is the icon you see, for one thing, around the map. When you're moving around, you see a little icon, which you also see on the interface, just above the interface. And some points you see it's got 0, some points you see it's got 1. So maybe it's the available times you can go into the Afterlife mode. And also while you're in it, around the middle bottom of the screen, you see the icon. As it was moving around, the icon was slowly draining, so it looks as if it's a timed thing. You've got a limited time to be in the Afterlife mode, so maybe you either have to find the body, or when it runs out, you get revived. Which seems quite interesting. I reckon it's going to be a timed thing, otherwise if you run out of time, you kind of die. Because in Afterlife, life after death. And if that's gone, then you're kind of dead. Also, a couple of new zombies by the looks of it. One of them being what looks like the head of a hellhound, a big hellhound. At a couple of points you can see him eating something, what looks like, near the end, eating a zombie. So I suppose you make sacrifices to it, and you gain benefits. Not duh. You gain something. It's not clear what we gain. Then again, barely anything's clear right now, isn't it? Sorry. Also, it looks like there's a new boss mob that runs around. Boss zombie. I've been playing too much Minecraft. This zombie kind of apparently runs around and beats the shit out of the perks, closes the box. So I reckon this is kind of a warden zombie. Also, I noticed in the trailer that when he died, he actually tried to speak, similar to George in Call of the Dead. Which I've noticed there's quite a few similarities to the Call of the Dead as there is in Mob of the Dead. There's 4 new characters, which I think might be like actors or celebrities playing characters. It's a lot of new things. I personally find that it seems similar to Call of the Dead. Mob of the Dead, Call of the Dead, second DLC for both as well. So I'm looking forward to how this is going to turn out. Also, one more thing that I noticed: the zombies' eyes seem to be red. Now, I'm really into the story side of zombies. I'm heavily into the story of it. I always look into it, all the ins and outs. I personally find it. Though nowadays I don't feel as motivated to look into the story because it hasn't excited me the way it used to be. It used to. But I've noticed the eyes are red. Now, anyone who's even remotely followed the story, knows that the zombies' eyes were yellow since Verrucht up to Moon because Samantha was in control. So not yellow, orange. Then they turned blue once Richtofen was in control. Now they're red, which I kind of thought a bit of a theory. Now, orange is fairly close to red in the colour chart. Don't worry, this will all be relevant. Well, and obviously blue isn't. Blue is completely different. Being Richtofen is completely unrelated to Samantha and Maxis. I mean, like, he's not actually related to them. So I find maybe Maxis, this is just a theory, and some people might think it's a bad theory, maybe Maxis is in control. And I find since it's orange, it's brighter, the eyes are brighter, it kind of shows, since Samantha was a little girl, she still had a bit of innocence in her heart. Blue for Richtofen because he was mentally unstable. That was kind of obvious. Or the fact that he was a little bit camp. And I find Maxis, because apparently he wanted this undead army. So it's red because his heart is fully evil. He knows what he wants. This is what he wants. Control of the zombies. But that's a theory. It's a theory that I like to work from. I find that maybe the colour of the eyes represents the mindset and the kind of heart that the person who's controlling them has. So that's another theory. Anyway, that's all the speculation I've got for you guys, and I apologise, it looks like I've got a bit of a cold. So I apologise for that, but tell me what you think. And as always, Danish out.